Oh.
Flight control, countdown confirmed.
I'm so excited. Are you ready to unleash some hotness? I am. Trevor Van Warden, the host with the most hotness. Fallon, Mia, Sarah, the guest with the most hotness. Elijah, behind the scenes with some creative happiness for your ears. Trevor, I'm feeling warm and fuzzy inside. I don't know why. Can you help me, please?
Auto sequence start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
Okay. Welcome to season 3, episode 6, October 22nd, 5:45 p.m. Pacific time. We are live, hopefully, on LinkedIn. I want to just say again, so many apologies for the last run that we did. And look, I can see that we are actually live over here on my companion screen. So I'm loving that. All right. So in the house tonight for Hotness Unleasher Show, we have Fallon Clark, we have Mia Bostic, we have Sarah Rodriguez, and Elijah Drown, who is producing our show for us tonight. So I want to say thank you to all of these fabulous people for coming out here tonight and just hanging out. You know, it's like I was trying to come up with, like, what's the show going to be about? Well, it's going to just be about everybody just kind of like, let's not do that other stuff, right? that is just taking up so many cycles of our brains, right? I just want to just slow that down, right? I want to say, I love that. I want to say thank you to everybody who's in the comments tonight. I could see Dan Roth just popped in. You know, love that guy. I see Mike Phillips is here. I got Abimbola all the way here from Nigeria. We got Leslie Flowers, of course, because she's been one of the most significant supporters of this show for coming up on a couple of years now. We got Nadine Hare in the house, who did a producer, was a producer, and is going to be back for a reunion special coming up maybe sometime next month. And Elijah's very scared about that. Oh, reunion specials are great, man. Look at all these comments. Awesome. I love it. All right. So I want to say thank you to everybody in the house tonight. So there's a little bit of housekeeping. All right. So for everybody in the audience tonight, if you know you're here, your job, okay, is when we announce one of the Hotness Unleashers, all right, which is what we're going to do. We are going, what I need you to do is tag them. Okay. Tag them in the comments. Oh, and Kenneth Dunner Jr. All right. In Houston. I love this guy. Look at that. I mean, nobody writes like he does. Savor the flavor. I love it. Hunter McConnell, Sam Hall. Man, Melissa Houston's out tonight. Lisa Favec. Love it. Okay. Gonna get these folks in here again now. And Ken should know by now. Open invitation. Whenever Ken says I'm ready to come on to the show, we're going to have Ken. Okay. So Ken, I see you here. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. All right. So what did I say? Housekeeping. All right. If you're in the comments tonight and when we get a Hotness Unleasher who's been announced, your job is to tag them. Okay. Because what happens is they're going to get a bunch of notifications if we do our jobs right. All right. They're going to just pound into their notifications. They're going to see it light up. And they're going to be, what the heck? Okay. And that's super fun because they're going to be like, oh, I caught it in time for the show is still happening. And they're going to come into the show and be like, what's going on? And that's what we do. That's why we're doing this. Okay. So, oh, Dan, I love it. Yes, they got a job to do. You have a task of purpose tonight. All right. So, you know, I have to I don't want to, and there's a lot of current events happening. Okay. I'm just going to stop that. We're going to celebrate the fact that the Hotness Unleasher Show is here to kind of be a counterbalance to what I saw happening, you know, earlier this summer. Kind of the new trend had kind of gotten back to the old trend, which was let's just talk about ourselves till the end of time. And for a minute, 45 minutes to be exact, let's not. Okay, let's just not. We're going to talk about ourselves for a minute, but I am going to put it on these three here, right? My three fabulous guests tonight. Because, you know, maybe some folks in the I got Paul Deitch in the house too. Okay, awesome. Okay, maybe they don't know you, right? So here's a chance, right? Here's a chance to get to know some new people. And a lot of the folks here, Gabe Leal's here too. Love it. All right. That they don't know you, right? And I know a lot of these folks. Okay. So we've been hanging out for a little while, right? And maybe you're new to this community and it's definitely a kind of got a community vibe to it, right? And it's very casual. There's no Slack channel, nothing like that. And you know, so everybody who's here is into it. All right. So with that, Fallon, You and I, like, this is like literally the first time we've done a little back and forth on the old DMs stuff, but I don't know you. You're writing and you're advising on books, and you helped Sarah with some of that. All right, so lay it on us for a minute. Why did you say yes to Sarah when she asked you, and like, what are you working on? What brings you to LinkedIn? What brings you out tonight?
Sure. I said yes to Sarah because I trust her. She's cool people. That's why she and I connected. I think we started LinkedIn right around the same time. We both have daughters of similar ages, so there's mom stuff going on in the backgrounds. She knows what it's like to feel like a tired potato at the end of the day on an existential level, you know? And I love that about her. She's just cool people. So we connected really easily, and just became friends for no reason at all, except why not? You know, I'm on LinkedIn because I'm here to help people with books. I love stories. I love storytelling. I love fiction is my fave. But I like learning too. So, narrative nonfiction is great. I'm reading philosophy right now, just came off of a couple of fiction novels. So I like to read, I like to absorb, learn about the craft of writing and how stories are constructed and teach people how to do that, because why the hell not? It's the language of communication is so strange and so intricate and so complex. And if you can master storytelling, you can do just about anything you damn want to do. And that's, I want to help people do what they really want to be doing, So, here to spread the love, spread the joy.
I love it. I love it. The storytelling on this platform in particular is an art that kind of like comes and goes, right? Like we try to tame it. We're like, oh yeah, storytelling. Okay, great. Be a great storyteller. And then for whatever reason, the algo says, no, we only want 50-word posts. No, tomorrow we only want, dancing video. Oh, that's now selfies, whatever. Okay. So it's like, okay, well, all right. So maybe get a little pause, work on your story for a while, then you wait to let it rip. All right. Question for you now. What are you reading? What's got any recommendations for us? I mean, like, particularly in regard to fiction, would be.
So what I'm reading right now is Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday, who runs the Daily Stoic. If you're not familiar with him, it's great so far, but I'm very early in the book, maybe 50 pages or so. So a long way to go. But I'm a philosophy lover at heart, so I'm already strapped in for the ride. Okay. I just read Homegoing by Ya Gayasi, which was a wonderful novel spanning about 150 years on intricately woven family detail and a story of generations. It was lovely. So if you need a quick fix in your fiction or your nonfiction, either of those would be great to dive into.
All right, perfect. I read one. So I was kind of cheaping out a little bit, and I go down to Value Village, and I'm like, I just gotta get some books. I ran out, right? And why I ran out is a story for another day, but I did. All right, so I needed some books. I go down to Value Village, I buy these books. I don't know, cheap, and I pick one up, and it's the Lincoln Highway. And I gotta tell you, I hated this book. All right, and it's some kind of fancy thing that everybody's like all great about. I couldn't stand it. So Lincoln Highway, it's about these kids, and they're supposed to go to San Francisco, and instead they go to New York, and then chaos ensues, of course. And it was terrible. It was terrible. The incomplete stories of various characters that they bring up. They didn't finish their tales. It didn't make sense why they were even in the story. And then the ending was just ridiculous. So there you go. There's my anti-recommendation for you.
Balance.
Right, now, yeah. So remind me, Fallon, where are you located in the world?
So I'm in Vermont. So I'm on the East Coast. It's late for me. Yeah.
It's late for you. That's right. You said you should be in your pajamas by now. And for all anybody knows, I might be in my pajamas, but it's really only 5:54 p.m. my time. So
whatever happens below the waist is not our problem. So
I got the hat on, and I'm wearing a shirt. So there we go. You got the bead chair, it's all good. All right. Okay. Thank you, Fallon. Okay, Mia, you're up next. So tell us a little bit about your story and why you said yes to Sarah when she asked you to come on.
Oh yeah. Sarah actually invited me recently to like a women SDR meetup, which was really awesome. I forgot about that. And I just really feel like she has great positive vibes. And it just seemed like a fun opportunity. I've attended a lot of LinkedIn Lives, but never really participated on it. So thought, oh, why not? This would be fun.
And
And
here
it's
you
a
are.
good time. It's
And here you are.
7:55 for me. So
All right. So now you're not doing SDR work now, right? Did I get that correct? Or you are, or you're
I'm sort of doing it. I guess like the correct term would be energy efficiency consulting
okay.
within commercial real estate. So
Okay.
helping them to get incentives from the electricity provider here in Chicago.
Okay. And how's that working out? How long have you been doing that?
Since July, it's
Okay.
fun. Part of my
Okay.
role is my background before I got into sales development is event marketing.
Okay.
So I get to go to a lot of commercial real estate events and meet some really interesting people and talented architects and interior designers and help them get incentives or money for their projects. So it's nice and pretty rewarding.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So one thing I want you to know here, Mia and Sarah too, is that I I love SDRs, right? I love to take calls. I like to ask when the SDRs they call me. I pick up the phone and I say like, what's up? And we actually have a real conversation. I try to give them a little bit of feedback and just like, hey, I try to give them the real story. Like, what's up? Because I get it. Like it's hard, right? It's hard, man. And I said, look, I know you're a KPI. You got, your whatever your objectives. You need to get me into a meeting. And I'm like, no, okay. I'm either going to agree to a meeting at some point or not ever, right? And I'm going to tell you that right up front, so you don't have to waste your time. You can move on, and we have a little bit of cordiality right there and all that good. But I get also that it's really hard. Okay, it's not getting easier. And it's just something that's out there. I saw Rachel Pierce is in the house tonight, so I want to say thank you to Rachel for coming out. And I love that Gabe is just like leaving comments left and right, but particularly to Rachel because she is an SDR and has been doing some SDR leadership work. And she's been doing it for a little while, and she's very successful at it. And she was a guest here on the show as well, so I wanted to recognize that she is here, and she's out in Missouri right now. So we're not going to talk about politics, but. Mia, like I said before we got on here, I'm actually coming to Chicago the first part of January, and maybe I'll wave from the airplane. It's a big city. I don't know. I have no idea where we'll be or what our plans are really. But
Where's your favorite place to go? Is there a tourist location?
yeah, what do you recommend in January?
Trevor's an old guy, loves pinball machines and arcades. Should he go there, or should he just hang somewhere cool?
Yeah, January. I mean, it's you can go ice skating in Millennium Park.
Okay. Well, that's something.
But January it's kind of slow here during that time.
Do you skate?
All right. But I can still get pizza and stuff like that, right? I mean,
you can still get pizza. Check out some Italian restaurants. Luminati's is really good.
Okay. Well, then there you go. They got a couple of recommendations. Thank you, Elijah, for keeping me grounded and on track with what really I need to know, which is some good recommendations. So
maybe they have chairs and stability things for the West Coasters who don't always ice skate. Help stand up, and you won't embarrass yourself for the first time in Chicago.
That's an important thing because we frankly just do not have outdoor. Well, I assume Millennium Park is outdoor, but we certainly don't have outdoor ice skating around here where I'm from in the great old wet Pacific Northwest. So yeah, it's good. So I'll be reaching out as we get a little bit closer to that date. But anybody else is in the house tonight wants to leave a recommendation for what to do in Chicago, that'd be great. Dean LeBay, Mr. Potato, digging that, loving it. Okay, great. So Sarah, you are up now. So your job now, right? Not only tell us about what you're cooking today, what you want to be cooking tomorrow, and what the common thread is between you and Mia and Fallon here. So this is the whole Venn diagram thing. I promised that we would dive into that a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So come right there real quick. I'm a little underway. I'm Sarah. I've been in the SDR, BDR space probably since 2021, started in the biotech space there, transitioned to the SaaS space, and that's primarily where I met Mia. She back then was working in a role with like a fashion type firm, if I remember correctly. And we hit it off really quickly through LinkedIn, through chats. I mean, we've just been talking ever since. And I think we're going on like maybe 2.5 years now, like a little friendship there. So, she's awesome. And I completely forgot about our SDR thing we just held. I held with April from, Asana. She's also an SDR, I believe, at Asana. So that was really cool. I was able to host that with women in sales recently.
Okay.
And that was really awesome.
Yeah.
Excuse me, my throat.
No worries.
Fallon, I was in a transitioning period trying to figure out what I wanted to do with myself. I always loved to write, and Fallon came up in like some community posts. She was just like on my feed one day, and then I ended up connecting with her, and she is amazing. Brought out a lot of emotions from me in our conversation we had, and helped me kind of break through that barrier of what do I want to do? What do I want to do for my book? What content I want to put into it. And I'm kind of like mixing that up into like a mental health space / part of my background experiences that have happened / like just still trying to figure that out, actually, Fallon. But I've been quite a few more pieces than I thought I would. And she's been very helpful in that regard, since I really appreciate that for sure. And I think altogether, as far as like, I guess it comes down to the whole, there was a thing that Melissa with Matcha threw out a couple of days ago or a week ago about if you're a connector or authenticator or something like that. And I turned out to be a connector.
Melissa Moody, yeah.
Yes, okay. Melissa Moody, yeah. Yep. I can't remember all the little things from it. But turns out I'm a connector, which makes so much sense, because I tend to connect people to each other and refer people to each other, and I think that's just how we kind of came into a little circle of our own. It's just like I become fast friends with a lot of people, and I'm really just that kind of person. So I am.
I love it. So thank you for recruiting Fallon and Mia into our midst tonight. Now, are you in the middle? Are you looking for work now, or are you you close on that, or you wrote, or just the book?
I am actually still in the job hunt right now. Okay. I've had a couple of interviews, but nothing's closed as of yet. I'm actually trying to transition out of sales roles at the moment. So I've been looking at marketing type roles, growth marketing, possibly content marketing. I've also been looking at like coordinator roles, either sales coordinator or like recruiting roles. I'm kind of just like in that space where I really just want to transition out of sales, but I have a lot of different things in my background. And so I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to end up landing.
Okay. All right. Now, where are you located again? Remind me.
Yeah, I'm in El Paso, Texas.
El Paso, Texas. All right. So you're in Texas. Great. So now we know. All right. Sarah Rodriguez, you're looking for some new work in the, let's call it the GTM zone of some, so if it's not sales, it's marketing. If it's not marketing, it's going to be content. If it's okay. Got it.
Yeah. I'm kind of just like in a little space.
You're going to find something good and juicy and work on that book in the meantime. Okay. So I love it. Thank you so much. And thank you, thank you for embracing this new idea, right? That of like, we'll have a lead, we'll have like the first guest, right? So I reached out to you like months ago and said, hey, you want to be a guest on the show? Yeah, great. Awesome. All right. How about you go and find 2 friends who can also come in? It makes my life, it's made my life literally so much easier. And I'm able to bring more energy to, to the show and to, just to be more excited about it. Cause it's like, even it's kind of like a little mystery to me. So I'm new, right. To all of you people. And so with that, I want to say, all right, we are ready to get started. Elijah, do we have our first Hotness Unleasher queued up and ready to go? And are the three, I'm not quite sure. I got to say, I'm not quite sure who we're going to start with right now, but Elijah's going to run the intros. We're going to start having some fun. All right. So everybody in the audience, don't forget your job is to tag anybody who gets announced. All right. That's your role here. And, I'm going to hold you to it. So we're going to tag those people like mad. All right, Elijah, are we ready?
Ready.
All right. First one up. Let's go.
Yeah. Is this hot connection for real? This wildly productive AI and CX enthusiast smiles with their hands. Hotness! With a self-certification and optimism, this digital genius loves a good walk in the park, giving out treats and tossing sticks for days. Sales comes naturally to the Salesforce whiz, and after working together in previous roles, Mia feels that Renee is a great example for how women strive to be successful in sales. Mia, This is a hot connection.
All right, Mia, you're up. So what about Renee is on fire for you?
Oh yeah, I had the opportunity to work with Renee when I worked at Gladly, which is a customer service startup. And she had actually rejoined the company when I joined for the first time. So she was a BDR there, went to go be a BDR somewhere else, and then came back around the time I joined. And she just always has a really good positive energy. I loved how, like, whenever she would show up on Zoom calls, she would have dogs with her because she does dog sitting. So, and I
Okay.
love animals. So I was like, oh, this is so cute. And I just love her vibes and everything. And then seeing her growth while I was there at the company and how she's grown her sales career.
Wow. Okay. So what is she doing now? Did she move out of the BDR role, or is she doing something else?
Oh yeah, she when she rejoined Gladly, she joined as an AE account executive. So
Okay.
it looks like now she's moved on to bigger and better things over at Digital Genius. So she's
Okay.
doing sales over there now, but still within the customer service CX space.
Okay. All right. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, I'm an AE. I'm an old, like, salty old dog of an AE, right? So I've been selling stuff since my first professional sales job was 1997. Okay. So I've been doing it for a minute or two, and lots and lots of stuff has been, sold under my watch. And I wanted to say, like, I love that you bring the BDR, that kind of history, that perspective into the house too, because like I said earlier, it's a hard job, man. And it's like, I can't just even begin to want to just shower praise on anybody who's working that role and is hanging in there with it, right? And okay, so I just want to say thank you for Mia for bringing Renee in. Renee, if you're listening, if she got tagged in here, did you guys tag? Okay, great. Please continue to do that. I want to say hi to Morgan Snyder, who came in, who was a guest in the show a while back. I love that guy. He's always talking about something, and he's got a bunch of kids too, so he gets that. All right. So Renee Chorus, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. You are welcome here, and we can't wait to get to know you. Hopefully, you will see the tags that are coming your way. All right, Elijah, who is our next Hotness Unleasher?
Sarah, this shout out is so hot, sparking joy, happiness, and client success. Hotness! Alexis has 2 ebooks published with experience in law, project coordination, content writing, and now celebrating triple wins with Second Nature. Alexis couldn't decide whether or not to have a cat or rabbit, so she has both. Is Alexis the plot, or is she merely the trigger for the plot? Connect and decide for yourself. Sarah, what sparks you?
Uh-oh. Elijah, we just revealed the next one. Or did we? No. There. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Sometimes things happen. All right. Sarah, thank you for bringing Alexis here. So empowering client success. So tell us all about Alexis.
Oh gosh, she is like one of my best friends right now. We also met through LinkedIn back in the summertime of this year. I've only been friends with her maybe a couple of months now, but we hit it off extremely quickly. She has the most awesomest pets ever, as I've said in the little commentary. Cute little bunnies and a cat named Hari. I believe I said that right. But she's so, like, her vibe is just very, very light, very, very exciting, a lot of energy. She just actually came back from a trip. I think she was in Denmark. And so, like, just seeing her vibe, her pictures from that trip, it was just, like, you can tell, like, she's a great person, a good soul with the in and out. And I love her. Like, she's like my best friend. Like, she probably knows it because I text her way too much. And I wanted to shout her out because, she's building, as you can see, it's building a strong community. She's building her own little community of people that just love her content. She's posts a lot about being in client success, but she also posts a lot of content that has to do with her animals, which kind of shows like compassion and just like, who she is as a person and how she's taking care of them. And she's done a lot for just, I believe she used to also like bring in like adopted animals and things like that to treat them and help them feel better. And she's also in the CS world right now at Second Nature. And she's amazing. Connect with her if you're not already. And yeah, it's my girl Alexis.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Okay, so a couple things I wanted to hit on before we move on. So the first is that I forgot to say, so the last two, right? We've been a little bit about pets. I don't know about you guys, but those videos on YouTube about the starving dog that they bring back from near death. I get sucked into those hard. Like I'm a sucker for those. I have 2 dogs, and I love them. One's a rescue, and they're great, and I watch these dogs come back to life. So I get the dog thing. I'm all about the dog. The other thing I wanted to say is at some point along the way, I figured out that client success should be renamed the Hotness Unleasher Department. Okay. And it's because their job is to pay attention to the customer, and that's it, right? Like that's it. Like they have no, like that's their, like you have to constantly be there focused on the need of the customer, the end. And so my client success team and my job at Infuse, they're amazing, right? They hold up they lift so much heavy stuff, and I want to just say, hats off to them. So as much as I love the SDR and the BDR, I also love customer success, right? Because they just, without them, what are we going to do? And so with that, Sarah, thank you for bringing Alexis into the Hotness Unleasher community. I want to say to her, welcome to this group of crazies. Welcome to, and congratulations for being called out, right? And for standing out and creating this great friendship with Sarah. And if you're here, hopefully you're gonna see some tags pop in and say, what's this show all about? It's about talking behind your back, some good stuff. So keep being awesome. And welcome again. Welcome. All right. So Elijah, you are up, friend.
Fallon, thank you for handcrafting this connection. Quick, hug a tree. Oh, wait, what's that dripping? Hotness! I really hope it's sap. Christine utilizes her talents by creating sustainable jewelry. She loves to cosplay as an artist, but secretly, her true love is being an environmentalist. She donates a portion of every sale to conservation efforts, and she's determined to change the way we value nature. Good humans doing good work is so hot. Fallon, share more about Christine, would you?
Yay, I love this. Nature is one of my loves. I think that we can save the planet, save humanity by putting our efforts into building nature, into rewilding, into organic gardening, into restorative and regenerative agriculture. And Christine embodies that. She does as much as she can in her home space, and she uses her work to push that story and that movement forward. If you look at Christine's jewelry pieces, she specializes in nature design. So lots of leaves and, birds and moons and eye-catching things. And she has collections and sculptures and paintings. And she's this wonderful artist. She's also remarkably easy to talk to and super laid back and happy and just wants to be a good person doing her best work in her little space. And I love that. She's quiet and she's kind, but she's, doing what she can to take environmentalism by the horns and do something good, do it in the best way that a single person can, I think. So I love her for that.
Wow. Okay. I love it. You know what I love too, Fallon? I want to say thank you so much because, I'm looking here at Christine, her profile or, their profile and I'm like, okay, 729 followers. How, are they posting regularly? Are they putting content out? How am I ever going to connect with Christine ever if you didn't bring them in here? Right. And I'm just not. And I'm hardly even remotely as active as I used to be here on this platform. And yet I'm interested in environmental stuff.
Yeah.
I support that. I'm all about it. And I got a bunch of kids and they're all freaking out, right? They're think Gen Z, they're freaking out about, what's, the state of the world. And, so here we are, right? And I want to just say, thank you for bringing Christine into this community. This community is not about trying to find everybody who's got, 50,000 or more followers. Not about that, right? It's not. It's about trying to find a degree of authenticity that we can connect to, and people who are real and chill, like you said, and just willing to hang out and talk about real life. And yeah, I got an active LinkedIn profile. Great. Okay. Terrific. Let's celebrate that. So Fallon, I want to say thank you for bringing Christine in. Man, we are rocking just right on time too. So I'm loving it. Okay. So Christine, to you, you're welcome here. Welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. I want to say, show up, hang out. Anybody here who's in the comments so far, they're all cool, right? So if you're looking for new people to hang out, you can go mine those comments and hang out with them, because they're all right on people, and who I have, have been proud to get to know, and many of whom I call friends, and hopefully all of them at some point, if not today. So
just don't be careful connecting with Gabe. Otherwise, everybody's fine. It's all good.
And guess what? Yeah. So Gabe, so I have to say, Gabe is
having a fun time.
Gabe has contributed seriously to the evolution of this show. All right. So just so you know, he has had a serious influence on this show, on how I've gone about it, a lot of what has gone into it. So Gabe, to you, my friend, you are an influencer in many, many ways. So, so thank you for showing up tonight in particular, and welcome here, of course. All right. So with that degree of seriousness behind us, Elijah, let's get back to business. Who's next?
Tamia. Mia, thank you so much for coordinating this connection. Tamia, she's an SDR exploring new career opportunities. Hotness! With experience in sales, outreach, and HR, Tamia has a proven track record in lead gen, prospecting, and building the best relationships. Are you a team looking for a well-rounded SDR who's ready to embrace new and exciting challenges? Connect already. What are you waiting for? Mia, what would you like to share about this hot connection?
Ooh. Yeah, I met Tamia a couple years ago, I believe, too, while we were both, in the SDR, BDR world. And I know she's had her ups and downs, like I have too, within the space. And she's just really inspirational. She trains for marathons, so she's always posting her stats, and she's makes me want to. I still haven't signed up for a 10K, but she kind of makes me want to sign up for one. So yeah, I just love her energy also, and just wishing her all the success in the world.
Now, do you have any idea where in the United States Tamia is currently located, or is that something that Sheila wants to keep under wraps?
Oh, looks like I believe she's in California.
Okay. All right. And what kind of SDR work is she? And so, okay. So just to put these pieces together for me. So she's exploring a career pivot. So something like what Sarah's about, or wanting to get back into the SDR actual role again. Do you know?
Yeah, I think she's looking kind of for like customer success and going more in that route. Because I know she like me did an SDR boot camp during the pandemic. I did FlockJ, and I think she did SV Academy. Okay. So she pivoted from HR into the SDR work, but like you said, it is a grind.
It's hard.
So I think, thank you, Paul. I think, the SDR skills, they do translate well to like other things like project management and client success and customer success and marketing, because you're kind of doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Well, you have to stay on top of a lot of stuff all the time and maintain a constant go motion. Right. There's just not a lot of time to kind of like sit back and, you're on the move. And in my org at Infuse, we've had a number of SDRs who have transitioned into client success. That's been and I love them. They've been terrific as client success. They were also great as SDRs too. So, I mean, there's options out there. So I wanted to say to Mia, hey, keep an open mind, right? I mean, here we are, and something got you into that role from HR, and now like maybe it's taking you out of that role, and it's great. I wish you the best of luck, and also just wanted to say again, hopefully, Tamia, you're getting tagged here, and you're noticing that this community is all about, just wanting to celebrate, our victories and support each other in our struggles. So with that, welcome to Hotness Unleasher community, Tamia. Hopefully you're going to find your way here and make some new friends and connections and execute that pivot here right on time. All right, Elijah, we are up for our next Hotness Unleasher.
Do you know Christine? Sarah, this connection is no BS. Christine, a serious hype woman for the modern entrepreneur. Hotness! Cut the crap and build a vibrant and online community of soul clients. Christine, she just may be what you're looking for. Two types of business owners, ones that do sales and the ones that don't have to. So stop chasing, start attracting. What do you want to add to this hot connection, Sarah?
Oh man, Elijah, your intros, man, are amazing.
Aren't they great? He's the best. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What you got? What's Christine about?
Christine is, gosh, she's also another soul queen. Like, she's amazing. I met her through LinkedIn too. She used to be in the AE space, in the tech SaaS space for a bit before she I believe something happened with her company. I don't quite remember what happened. And then she pivoted to become her own businesswoman. And so she's currently in the digital marketing space. That's her company, Water Digital Marketing, where she gives or provides services now primarily for LinkedIn clients. She calls them soul clients because that's who she wants to attract. She wants to attract people that know what they want, but don't know exactly how to get there. And so she's been doing really great in that space, to be honest. She's grown her followings on Instagram. She grew following here on LinkedIn. I think she's been more primarily focused on LinkedIn recently. And she's also helped me a lot too with our conversations as far as like what direction I wanted to take for my future, if I wanted to go into entrepreneurship myself. I actually did toy with the idea of digital marketing on my own as well too for a little bit. And so she was really good for those conversations and, figuring out what my next direction was for sure. And she is getting married this week.
Well, that's news. Actually, that's exciting.
In Chicago?
The 26th, I think.
Oh, shucks.
No, I'm not in Chicago. I can't quite remember where, but she's really excited about it. So she's MIA, I think, off of LinkedIn at the moment. So you guys may not see her right now for a couple of days, but
okay.
Yeah, super excited for her.
We'll let her off the hook for a wedding. Gee whiz.
All these tags during our honeymoon. Oops.
I know. Well, she hasn't gotten married just yet. So you guys, she might pop in. But yeah, I just connect with her if you're needing that help, like if you're an entrepreneur and you're just not too sure what to do and how to make your content pop or how to get those people to you. She's all about getting people to you versus you having to go out and search for people on your own. The whole stop chasing, start attracting. And I love it. That's Christine.
That's a pretty badass place to sit, right? I think in terms of emotion. Now there we go. Thank you, sir. I want to say that this, I think, is a really big deal. I don't want to dismiss the whole sales part because I think we still have to ask for the business at some point, right? It doesn't just fall into our laps. But I think without having talked to her, I kind of can relate a little bit to what it is. That is, I want my phone to ring, right? I want people to call me and say, Trevor, I want to buy the thing. And I'll be like, okay, you sure? Are you ready for this? And it's what we got. What do you really need? And then we work together to shape the solution to what they have. And I kind of think that that's what Christine's talking about here. So, but it's that constant outbound motion, the thing that makes SDRing so hard, right? It's like, how do we sustain that sometimes when what we really want is power to like control our own destiny as a buyer, and as a seller, we want to help that destiny get fulfilled, right? So it's like, let's make that happen, right? So Christine, terrific. I love it. I love that that kind of energy. I love that kind of idea of how do we turn the tables. And again, congratulations on the wedding. I mean, heck, that's terrific. So no, you're gonna get a bunch of tags. You probably come back, you see your notifications, and you'd be like, oh, I got 7,000 notifications, so I'm just not gonna look at any of them and to start from scratch. Okay, well, we'll be in there. We'll be in there. So maybe Sarah will let you know that this happened. So with that, I want to say welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. You are now a member here, card carrying, whatever you got, no Slack channel member of this community. All right. With that, we are almost done. So Elijah, bring us home to our last Hotness Unleasher of the night.
So you're telling me Dr. T writes newsletters you actually love to read, Fallon? For real? Hotness! Dismantling misogynistic psych systems, focusing on true healing wellness. Dr. Taylor blends degrees of psychology and forensics to help kick crime in where the sun don't shine. Trevor told me to keep it PG, so is the sexy psycho as good as the newsletter, Fallon? What else do you want to share? You got anything that's hot and spicy?
So Dr. Jessica Taylor is awesome. Jess is an open person, but she has no bullshit in her. That's been wiped out of her personality at this point. She has stuff to do. She's very focused. She's a CEO of Victim Focus. She shares resources and tools to help people break out of what can be some really tough paradigms, when you're struggling with traumas and you need help and you feel like you've run out of options. She offers alternatives, to the way, we look at trauma and how to handle that. And I love that. She's helping people heal in a different way. And she's doing it for folks who may have not found healing before. And she's just taking charge and going for it. She is, 6 hours ahead of us. So 3:30 in the morning for her might be a little tough. But I hope that the whole world knows who she is. And I hope everybody knows the work that she's doing. And I, hope they find good things in the challenges she brings to a system that, I think we all share a common, maybe ain't always the greatest. So, yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well, I want to say, there's always folks in the neighborhood who, well, not always, but there happen to be some folks in the Hotness Unleasher community who are also interested in very similar things. And I love to kind of make some of these connections. So Sam Sierra is among them, right? So she's really interested in this trauma recovery, trauma resilience, trauma, sort of coming out and living through that and thriving, afterwards. So I want to just highlight that. I know Melissa Houston's also interested in things like this too. So want to just to, hey, there's some connections that we can make, right? So Jessica, welcome to Hotness Unleasher community. I'm very curious about Netflix Psychologist. I'm looking at that, thinking, what's that about? Do you know anything?
She's been doing it a long time. I haven't watched it. It's not on Netflix now, I don't think. Okay. But she has a documentary that is high on the list. So
okay, so she's got a show out there. Got it. Okay, so I was like, okay, what is that? What does that like? Does that mean like she's breaking down some of the shows or
too many
watch
ads.
Our algo? I mean, she's like saying, okay, your algo is if these are the shows that the algo is showing you, then this is how your approach should be. All right. So Fallon, thank you for bringing Dr. Taylor into our midst, into the Hotness Unleasher community. We don't have nearly enough participating members of the community abroad, right? We've got some in Nigeria. We've done okay over there. But not too many in Europe just because the timing hasn't worked out. We've got a solid group down in New Zealand and a couple in Australia, but not so much in the UK. So with that, Dr. Taylor, welcome to the Hotness Unleasher community. Okay. Thank you, Mia, Sarah, Fallon, for coming out tonight. Right. We are at the end of our time. All right. So we are here to celebrate the fact that we made it. All right. And we got through this. It went really fast for me. I couldn't keep up my I was trying to keep track of all of the comments. I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up tonight, particularly Gabe and Ken and Paul Deach was here. You know, I'm seeing so many names of just friendly folks who I have gotten to know, you know, throughout the last couple of years, and how supportive they have been to this particular show, as goofy and sort of, you know, I made it on LinkedIn Lunatics, so that was the trip. I don't recommend that, but you know what? They were teasing me about this show. I'm like, yeah, it's cringe. You know, bring it on. I mean, what? Of course. What? So get over it. It is. But okay. You know, the thing is, a thing about that makes LinkedIn super special, I think, and I was reflecting on this today, and we'll call it a night after this. But yeah, okay. Well, the stuff that you get to watch on any other social network, right, or get to use or peruse, right? It's chances are it's already been hit by like a million other people. Okay. And so you get, you know, there's like a bajillion. Andy Foote, thank you for coming out. So you get a bajillion other comments, right? You're never, it's like, unless you know that person or they're looking for your comment or something, you don't get a chance to really connect with the creator, right? Like you don't really get a chance to have like a good, you know, a chance to build something there with that person. And LinkedIn is not that way, right? I feel like anybody who's putting content out here into this platform, they're ready to go, right? They're ready to talk, they're ready to have a conversation, and most of them by and large are open to you know, to create something authentic. So with that, that's what we're all about tonight. Again, I want to say thanks to everybody who came out. Sarah, Mia, Fallon, thank you so much. Elijah, of course, you killed it tonight. Thank you for all the intros. Thank you for all of the stuff that you're doing now to make this show so much bigger and better than it ever was before. So with that, I want to say we're going to shut this down with a little count up timer. And with that, you guys are free to leave the studio and all that stuff. And we're going to just say love to all. Good night. And, you know, happy Tuesday and hang in there. Got a couple more weeks. All right. Bye. Good night, everybody.
Guys.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Well,
Flight control, countdown confirmed.
it's been fun. Thank you for watching the Hotness Unleasher Show. It's been a blast. Trevor Van Warden, the host with the most hotness, Fallon, Mia, Sarah, awesome to share those connections with us. Thank you so much for joining and be a part of this. Elijah signing off for your ears, and I don't know what to do. Do I have to go outside now and do idle thing?
Auto sequence start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're the best.